Hi, it's Miss Kate. So I'm going to go through about me a little bit today. This is tied to your assignment of All About You slideshow. So this is my All About Me slideshow. Hi, I'm Mrs. Skates. I teach visual art and yearbook here at Muhlenberg County High School. Um, Over here is a photo of me. Down the bottom, I'm recording my face so you can see me talk while I'm doing this. When you turn yours in, you are not required to present it to anyone. I will just be looking at them. Okay, so don't have that concern. All right, so more about me. I'm from Central City originally. I've lived in a couple other counties around here, worked in a few other jobs, but I'm from Central City and now working here at the high school. I went to Central City Elementary School, Muhlenberg North, and Muhlenberg High. These are my siblings right here. I'm the oldest. This tall guy is Jeffrey, my brother, and then Jennifer is my sister, who is now in college, and then Jacob down here is my brother, who is now an eighth grader at North. Um, this is my sister-in-law, and then this is my dad and my mom with the red hair. I've always loved school, probably why I'm a teacher, but I've loved it from kindergarten on, mostly because I had an amazing kindergarten teacher that just sort of made me feel like that's where I, needed to be. This is me in kindergarten for my Christmas play. My favorite stuff as a kid was probably like Polly Pockets, Rugrats. I really liked being outside at that point. Then schooling, I knew that I wanted to teach really early on. Um, I wanted to be an English teacher for a little while. Then I thought maybe history. But really, I was a nerd and loved all of the subjects. So um, I really couldn't decide what I wanted to teach. And then in 10th grade, when I had Art 1, or maybe, I think maybe it was ninth grade, I had Art 1. Yeah. Ninth grade, I had Art 1 with Miss White over at West Campus, who was Miss McClellan back then. Um, when I had her class, I really enjoyed the painting part. I wish I could find my first painting too to show you guys because it's terrible. My paintings now are much better. But that's been about 15 years too, so it's a lot of experience. Um, but just her class in general, like I loved everything that I tried, and like I stuck with drawing and painting the most, but I really liked the ability to do all the different materials, which I think is why by like 10th grade when I was in Art 2 with Miss Stewart, I decided that I think art's what I want to teach. Even though there's only one art teacher in most buildings, here we have three at the high school. It's not the most lucrative job because you can't find that many art teachers out there. But like, I just really thought that's what I want to do. Over here, I put my stats on when I graduated, just in case you want to calculate how old I am. But I went ahead and did the math for you. Painting, I love to paint. Let me see if I can move my face so you can see all my paintings. Um, to me, painting is just like an extension of drawing, the way that I do it. But I also really enjoy using layers. On the screen, you'll see some different things. I have this watercolor I made last Christmas as a gift for someone. The wiener dog picture down here was auctioned off to raise money for a Dotson rescue. Some of the other works, this purple flowers vase is probably my favorite just because if you've ever drawn something that's rounded and you're trying to make it look like it's three-dimensional, I feel like I had that very close here in this painting. Like you can see that the face is rounded, you can see the handle is in three dimension. Like I feel like I was getting really close with my skills there. All right, photography is one of my other favorite things. I'll move my face up here for a second. Um, I have photographed mostly family. I just kind of like to play. I don't do it for a job, um, although I probably might in the future. Like I've debated that. It's up in the air. But this over here is my cousin Morgan. Her senior pictures. I did all those. This is over in the Paradise Park by the Convention Center, Ag Center. This is my sister and her senior pictures. I took most of hers. Um, just this snapshot, I really liked the way that it ended up of my two kids and then my niece and nephew. And then like I love taking pictures of my own kids. Every mom pretty much does. This is my daughter at Easter time when she was just a few weeks old, and this is my son when he was a few months old. All right, vacationing is one of my favorite things. Sadly, I've not been able to do that this year much. We've been camping a little, but I love going places, especially new places. I do really enjoy going to museums in big cities and seeing things that are historical. But at the same time, my favorite thing is to just be outside doing something. This summer, I've gardened. We went camping once at a state park, and then we camped out kind of in our yard a lot, just to make it fun, even though we weren't able to travel. But in the past, I have been to Italy, England, and Scotland. Actually, leaving the country is really exciting to try new things. And then national parks are my favorite. So, not that I want to get away from America when I leave the country, because our national parks in America are one of the coolest things that you can go see around here. Um, we have a passport where we keep stamps of all the different ones that we've been to, and it's very, very fun to go and do that. And each of my kids have one of those now too that we're doing with them. Um, so here's just some pictures. On our honeymoon, we got to go to the Colosseum in Rome, and then a few years ago, right before we had our first son Arthur, we got to go see Big Ben in London, and then my sister and I took a road trip to the Grand Canyon when she was a sophomore. Um, so going down here to talk to you a minute about why I'm a teacher. So this isn't part of your about me speech, but this is a big part of who I am. Um, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you, and I teach art in your book. Art is my passion. I hope to inspire you to appreciate and come to love the many facets of art. Also, I know that you're going to learn some sort of new technique to level up yourself, whether that's you're going to learn how to layer paint. You're going to learn how to mix watercolors to make colors that don't show up in your palette. Um, you're going to learn how to shade so that your portraits look much more realistic. Whatever it is, you're going to learn something this year that helps you no matter where you're at. If you're a person that can only draw a stick man, then we're going to get you beyond that this year. Okay? I don't expect you to do that on your own. That's why I'm here. And then I threw this in there just because um, it's not really acceptable for me to have you guys on Facebook or on anything else that it's personal accounts until after you graduate. Um, but for the time being, I try to share a lot of stuff that's going on Miss Skates Art Room on Instagram. If you have that, it's a pretty safe place to comment and um, just look at things so that you don't have a me on your personal accounts. All right, so I'll go back really quick. This is my son Arthur. I usually do this in person, so let me see if I can find a nice picture of him. This is my son Arthur. He's 3 years old. I'm probably going to talk about him a lot this year, especially if you get to come back in person. I talk about him frequently. And then this is my daughter Amelia. She is almost 18 months old. She is an Amelia. I don't know how else to describe her. She's her own little person. Let's see here. So this is Amelia getting tangled up at the park. She just doesn't stop with her adventuring. And then Arthur is very funny. He always has like a stick with him or a worm. Like he's really decided this year that he is like the father to all worms because he carries them around in his pockets, and like we feed worms in our yard if we take things out to be composted. Like he's just a funny little guy. Let me see. There's one more on here I want to show you guys. But anyway, so this About Me slideshow is supposed to just go through and give me a little insight to what your life is like. Um, whether it's all artsy like mine, and you enjoy these things, or if you are more of an outdoorsy person or you enjoy television, to just tell me what kind of makes you you. This is Arthur showing me his gardening um, spoils, all the stuff that he got. And then let me find Amelia's. I was going to add these to the slideshow, but I thought you probably wouldn't want to see a slideshow of all my kiddos. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go out and show them as if we were in person, because I would probably show you guys pictures of them frequently anyways. All right, so that's about me. I'll share this up so you can see it. I'll go through live chats today, Friday, August 28th, so that we can look at how to do it. So that way you have a good idea of how to actually build this over the next week. And good luck. Thanks so much for joining me, guys.